Phazon mining is underway. Several garrisons have been established, and terraforming of the Chozo ruins is underway. Security systems are operational, and science team continues to make progress in their biotech research. The Vendrama drifts have proven to be an optimal location for research headquarters, and soon it will be joined by a fully operational combat base in Starport. If Command's predictions are half true, we shall have rise to dominance in the sector within a decacycle. Truly, these are glorious times.
Burgeoning boulders, what the balls are going on here? Well, it's my Metroid Prime Let's Play, and it's a prime time that we take on Thardus, the rock beast of the Phendrana Drifts region. And now our thermal visor's completely useless, so we have to defeat a pile of rubble, essentially. Yeah, what's the weak point on a rock? Well, not a glass jaw, but an icy knee will suffice. So the way that you have to face this guy is by first starting out in your thermal visor. This will expose Thardus' one weak point, and he will change that weak point every time. Whoa, he does this. He has his own morph ball that he makes out of boulders, and he'll try to crush you. So the best idea here is to stay in your morph ball mode in order to dart out of the way, because you're a lot faster in that form. And also stay off the edges, or stay onto the edges rather, and off of the center of the field. Whoop, that's when your field of vision is skewed by the blast. It's too great. And the interesting thing I think about the thermal visor here is, yeah, it shows you his weak point, but let's keep continuity in mind. The weak point that he has is ice. How does ice show up on the thermal visor as anything that's not purple? In fact, it shows up as an orangey red. That just doesn't make sense to me. Now, you know, that aside, freaking epic boss battle. This is a fight that gives you way more freedom to move around the field. Oh boy! It gives you a lot more options of being obliterated by the enemy too than we had with Flagra. What I consider to be Prime's prime number one, or rather number two if you're counting the Parasite Queen, boss to take on. Main boss, because we fought many mini bosses to get to this point. Just to be able to wear the thermal visor and have charge shots and all these wonderful suit accoutrements. Now these boulders that he's chucking at us are not only obnoxious, but they are useful. Ah! That is not useful, however, so stay out of the way of those ice. Watch out. Yeah, gotta time it right. Look out for those icicles popping out of the ground, because it will stop your motion. And what's he doing now? He's not rolling up into a ball. Oh, here comes phase 2 of the fight. Now he's gonna make a cloak of a snow screen to obscure our vision even further. As if that wasn't enough. And we might as well scan him. I know I'm not getting 100% here, but here's the cool thing about the Prime Trilogy. If you go back and play any of the games again, what will happen is it will keep all of your old scans from your previous save file and translate it over to your new save. Or not your new save, but the new playthrough that you do on that save. This way, if you just want to take one game to scan absolutely everything and then take another game to play it on super hardcore mode, which will be unlocked after we beat it. Oh wow, it's crazy. You can't even use the thermal visor now. Which is so strange, again, like keeping with consistency and the fact that it's supposed to indicate when there's heat signatures. Why is it that when there's snow everywhere, unless that's like mists of lightning that I'm seeing, and I'm just misinterpreting what's going on here, I would think it'd be freezing. I would think it would show up as purple. So you have to be a bit more careful here. At least we know where his weak spot is. And if you don't want to charge shot his knee every time, which I'm finding to be the most accurate. I've tried missiles, and it's just not working. They don't seem to hone in, which is odd because it is a homing missile, so you would hope that it would lock onto the opponent. But the problem is, it's not a deciphering missile, it's not missile intelligence. You know, it's only a missile that shoots for a target, and if the target is a giant rock monster, it's not specifically going to go to one joint of a rock monster. So if you want to take a more direct approach and knock out its its weak point in one shot, I suggest a super missile. And that's where those boulders that he throws at you come in handy. Name of the game is to knock them out of the sky before they knock you in the face and give you a black eye, because they will give you health and missile upgrades. And by upgrades, I just mean re-healing tanks. Damn you! Don't freeze me. Oh, you're going back into the friggin' ball. That's so cheating. Yeah, look, I could do that too. So cool, man. If I wanted to, I could just, you know, not even care. Not even fight, you just hide behind this pillar. But that wouldn't be too exciting to watch. And I really want to see what suit upgrade you have. Really interested to see. Maybe we'll get some super boulder armor. Wouldn't that be badass? Now Samus's morph ball turns into a giant rock! Who needs a spider ball when you can just crush over everything like a giant Katamari? So that's the two main phases you have to worry about with this boss. You know, the main phase 1 is, you know, it's the same sort of battling style. You have to first detect his weak point with the thermal visor. See? There's some of those health tanks I was talking about. You have to beware of the ice, which is, I will admit, harder to do in this skewed view. Oh, come on, get out of here. Don't be camping out in this one spot. This is my pillar. My pillar! Not yours. Go ride a caterpillar. But you couldn't, because you crush it. And, damn, once it is done rolling around, that's when you have to shoot it in the ice point. Any other spot you attempt to shoot it at will not work. And the only reason I tried a super missile there was because the target was larger than it. What are you doing now? Oh, you took away all the cloud coverage. How is that even going to assist you a little? Or are you making it more? I don't know what you're doing. I thought you only had 2 phases in this fight. What are you... Oh, crap! Okay, well, that is very strange. I don't remember this, but apparently he has a 3rd phase in which he takes away the cloud coverage. And look, he does the same thing. He doesn't even go into an invincible roll mode. Oh, and I'm low on missiles anyway, so can't really use that for too long. But if I wanted to waste time, I would shoot those boulders. I really think it's not necessary. It's just so much... damn it. Freaking forgot which plus or minus button on the Wii Remote made the visors switch and made the arm cannons switch, but I need the visors to change, not to be frozen in place. So his ball mode may seem like a behemoth and something that is a big pain in the ass to dodge, but really when you stay off to the sides, oh come on, it's not too much trouble. It's just really more annoying at this point. It's like, yeah, alright, cool, you can wrap into a ball, that's awesome, but you haven't figured out that I can see your weak points. Yeah, I haven't quite got that yet. And that's a very obnoxious move to do too. He seems to be more of an annoyance than anything. Not too much trouble. Not too much trouble at all. And can be taken down with just a bunch of charge shots. Although it makes me wonder, is that the power of Phazon? The ability to animate that which is not even animated ever, never ever was in the first place? Is that the fearsome power of Phazon? I don't know, and the only way we'll find out is if we continue onwards with the Spider Ball. Spider Ball, Spider Ball, he can climb tracks really tall. Spider Ball! I'm so excited to have this, because now we've got the Boost Ball, got the Power Bomb, got the Spider Ball. Our Morph Ball here is really maxing out. There's one more suit upgrade that I certainly need to get in order to complete this game for the Morph Ball, but the majority of what we need to explore different regions has now been unlocked. This really gains access to a bunch of new areas, and that's not actually the way we want to go. That's the way we came in. And backtracking at this point is not what you want to do. Doing a bit of backtracking, but the cool thing is now that we've got this suit upgrade, you can see how things will backtrack, but in a different way that they did before. You'll come to areas that you've been to before, but you'll approach them from angles you've never done. And you'll be amazed at how the whole world connects. There's great fluency in these different levels and worlds of this game. I said it in the beginning of this playthrough, but the developers did such a great job at integrating the worlds. Nothing feels out of place or specifically quarantined off as a specific zone you enter into. The Phendrana drifts beautifully into the labs of the space pirates after you go through a whole rigmarole of running through the Magmore caverns. Or, well, actually, I don't think there is a way to Phendrana drifts without going at least to an elevator that takes you through Magmore. But there are definitely different paths that you can take. And we're going to be experiencing them in future episodes.
Initial transfer of Metroids to Talon 4 research facilities has been completed. 3 were terminated in an incident at the landing site, but the others were pacified and transported safely. Initial Phazon infusion testing is underway. We are eager to observe the effects of Phazon on Metroids, especially their ability to absorb and process the energy given off by Phazon sources. Early research suggests a considerable growth in power and size. Whether the creatures will stay stable thereafter remains to be seen.